run to hospital for a friend. So
Good friend you are.
Hey, that's for the broskies.
Yeah,
We always gonna do that. For the broskies, we always gonna do that. Always and forever.
All right, there we go.
All right, y'all fools ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get it started then. All right. Every game, every era, every fan. You are listening to Squad Sportcast. 4 brothers, 1 mic, all sports. We like to thank you all yet again for your likes, your views, and your subscriptions to help make last episode a tremendous success. I had to get to that emergency committee one more time, and they told me not even to call them. They said the decision was final. They not doing a recount. They not doing any of it. For the first time in squad history, your back-to-back Crash King is none other than Jordan, Mr. Jordan Woodard. We like to go ahead and give you a round of applause. Jordan, you have the next 30 seconds. Please, we need a speech, sir.
I want to thank the NBA All-Star Game for being as ass as it was. Hopefully they won't disappoint me again next year, but I highly doubt it. I think they're gonna make it worse. So it's good for content though. Let's go.
Not that it's gonna be worse, player. You guys to do better than that. Like, come on, my guy. You guys to do better. All right. Well, we like to shout out Rebel Rye. Mike was unable to join us for this episode. We got Rebel Rye to fill in for us. So shout outs to Rebel Rye. He came back once again. Hey, look here. Listen to me. We not doing no more of this Jokic stuff that you were doing last episode, bruh. We're not doing it.
Look, the facts are the facts, bro.
Yeah, like, no more Joker cards.
If I'm lying, I'm flying. Let me know. Like if I'm lying,
you're flying
I'm flying.
coach, not first class, man.
Nah, he gonna fly like that eagle. That's what he gonna do. He gonna fly like that eagle.
Oh yeah.
Listen, God, look. So we got you your chance. You gonna come back. We gonna see how you do. All right. First things first. Y'all already know we might be a day late because it's Tuesday here where we're filming. So with that being said, the 2026 Winter Olympics have just concluded on Sunday night. It concluded in epic fashion, ladies and gentlemen. The United States hockey team, both the men and the women, took home the gold medal in an unforgettable overtime sequence. So the men were actually the ones that played early Sunday morning, and the score went to overtime. In a parallel universe, and the day before, the women actually went into Friday. It wasn't Friday. It was Thursday. The women actually went into overtime as well. Both teams ended up winning overtime, both against Canada, both with a score of 2-1. For the women, it is a circuit complete. Out of trying desperately to get there for years and years, they finally do it. For the men, the Cinderella story finally ends after 40 long years of failing to capture the gold. They finally do it against the powerhouse Canada. So I just want to hear y'all takes real quick about what y'all think about the Winter Olympics. If you've seen it, if you didn't. Also, right before you guys get started, the final medal counts are in. Of course, Norway took it home. They won the most gold medals out, and they won the full medal count with 41. They won gold medal count at 18. The U.S. took home they didn't take home anything, but the U.S. Came in second with 33 medals. Italy came home Italy had third with 30 medals. So let me know y'all thoughts. What did y'all think about the Olympics for the winter sports? Let me know what you got.
You want to go first, Ryan?
Yeah, I can go first. I didn't catch too much of it. I did hear a lot of buzz around it. I kept up with the final score. Well, I ain't saying I kept up with it, but I definitely made sure I looked into it. I heard that the Canada guy was what's his name? He had the most goals. He had the most goals in the Olympics this year.
Hold on, let me
He's
pull
a
my data. Let me
young
pull my
cat.
note cards out.
He's a young cat. So I'm assuming he's gonna be making his way over to maybe to the NHL. Come mess around with those boys. So we're gonna see. I always like a dominant player, somebody that can bring some little action to the game. Because hockey's usually pretty exciting for me. But yeah, go USA pretty much. They ended that drought you said, right? So it's always a good thing to end the drought. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on that young boy from out of Canada, man. I want to see if he's gonna bridge over to the NHL, see what he can do out here.
Well, considering how the pipeline for US to Canada runs through hockey and basketball a little bit, yeah, I see that possibly happening. So apparently this was the first gold medal for the US hockey team since the 1980 Miracle on Ice. None of us were born then. We were just probably fast thoughts in people's heads. Who knows? But the main player, the main all-star, was his name was Jack Hughes. Um, it's gonna sound crazy, but he took a stick to the mouth. That's the verbiage they use from the Canada player Sam Bennett. And the picture that they have, I guess, is indicative of the fight that the U.S. team gave. Apparently, it was a rough fight. We know how physical hockey could get, and they won 2-1. So it was very high speed, collision, all of that. Hockey is really that type of sport. If you don't have the gusto to go through it, it's not for you. I will say though, with the Winter Olympics, one of the sports I saw while I was at the bar a few days was curling. I think that was where they use the stick to kind of freshen the ice so that thing could go on there. That actually was very fun to watch. I enjoyed it, just seeing how the teams work together to get the other players, I guess, pucks or whatever those things are, out of the target area. It was fun for a person who didn't know what the sport it was about. The teams made it very entertaining to watch. I will give them that.
So I want to go back on it. It was Connor McDavid. He was the MVP and best forward of the men's Olympic ice hockey for the entirety of it. He had 13 points, set the new record for the most in a single Olympic tournament with NHL players that were participating.
Yeah.
So they said he did replace Sidney Crosby, who was supposed to play for Team Canada. And also there was another one, I think it was Bedard. Let me make sure. Connor Bedard. Yeah, he was also missing from the Olympics. He suffered going in injured reserve for the 25-26 NHL season. He had shoulder issues. So it was kind of disappointing for him not to make it as well. I know he might be laughing a little bit because they didn't get the gold medal. But yeah, definitely to go back into curling. Curling was definitely a good one. I watched a few matches myself. I know I think it was the USA and was it USA and Canada that faced off? That might have been one to watch as well.
Oh yeah, that went down to the last set.
And the US won. So it was good to see them win it. They actually, one of the funny stories was that I think it was it Sweden or Italy? I think it was Italy or Norway. It was one of the teams caught Canada cheating during the Olympics because of a rule. So with curling, one of the rules is with the puck or whatever they call it, you can't touch it as it's crossing the line. There's like a foul line that you can't go across, apparently. So they worked with Sweden to get like the camera visual So, and they saw like this little push that Canada was doing to try and give it a little edge. I personally don't see too much into it, but the rules are the rules. That's how it is. Y'all know we talk about this all the time. The rules are the rules. That's why Belichick not in the Hall of Fame right now.
He
Rules are the
should
rules.
be.
Listen, right now, Triple Crown, you go for it. I'll let you go for
I'm
it.
just saying he should be. And the piece that they use is called a stone.
Oh, so it's just called the stone. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
stone or rock, whichever one.
All right, cool. Well, like I said, they were just trying to push it through. They got that extra little flick of the wrist or flick of the finger, and they called that they didn't penalize them for it because they said you can't use unofficial equipment. Unofficial videography to determine if someone was cheating. But essentially, Canada got caught for cheating. So, like I said, rules are the rules. That's why Belichick not in the Hall of Fame first ballot. But we're gonna move on because we got a couple more topics to discuss. A couple of them near and dear to me, and I want to make sure Jordan gets his shine time to go for that Triple Crown.
Hold on 1 second. I just looked at the highlight of Canada cheating. Dude literally pushed it with his fingertips. How are you gonna say that's not cheating? We saw you in 8K, bruh. You were cheating on our body, yo. That's why you lost. But anyway, moving right along.
Hey, like I said, 80 advantage means that they were cheating, which means they got sent off to the Shadow Realm. But it's neither here nor there. It is what it is. Shout out Chisel Adonis. We have the WWE. We're switching it up. Elimination Chamber is set for this weekend. And of course, a lot of implications for its WrestleMania, but a lot of implications for title changes as well. We do have the 6-man men's Elimination Chamber match. Those participants are set and are as follow: Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. Obviously, the winner of that match will go on to WrestleMania to face off against Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed Championship. So it's a real crucial one. I'm expecting that it will be the main event. Not sure. We have the women's Elimination Chamber match as well, which is my personal best one. So far, the participants, we have 5 available. 1 spot is not yet determined. So far, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James. Obviously, the winner gets the opportunity for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 42. So, you also have other matches that are out here. You have the World Heavyweight Championship match that is set. CM Punk will be facing off against Finn Balor. CM Punk is defending the World Heavyweight Championship, noted in his hometown of Chicago. Also, obviously, if he's successful, he does get that fight card in WrestleMania, and he does get the face off against Roman Reigns. So it is Roman Reigns against whoever wins this matchup. The women's Intercontinental Championship, you have Becky Lynch, who's the champion, facing off against AJ Lee. This is a non-chamber match. Just want to put that note out there. But it is something that could shake up the women's division as well. So those are the 4 matches that we have. Of course, we also have some mid-card tiers, might have some tag team action. But as far as what you have heard so far, fellas, what do you guys think about the matchup so far?
All right. So for those of you who have been under a rock for the WWE universe for ancient times, CM Punk and AJ Lee are together still, if I'm correct. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a homecoming for them because CM Punk is from the Shy. or from the area. So he's going to do his thing, and he wants AJ Lee. He wants his wife to do her thing as well, so they can both celebrate together. We know you won the championship. I won mine in my fantasy too.
Championships only.
I don't
Championships
have the
only.
belt on me, but I won. But also I'm looking at that elimination chamber for the WWE championship for the guys. I'm not sure if they're gonna let somebody that's young or win over like Trick or Evans. I hope they do because I have a strong feeling that they're gonna try to make it like a Uso or in final two. I hope they don't. Let the new talent reign for WrestleMania. Give the people something that they want to look forward to. I'm kind of tired of seeing the old heads always there. I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll give you a show, but we need new blood. Honestly, we do. Um, it's kind of interesting that the winner of this championship match between CM Punk and Finn Balor, which I think is going to be CM Punk, obviously, because I mean Finn Balor is going to be okay, but for a WrestleMania card, high tier WrestleMania card, I don't think he's that guy. I just don't think he's that guy. Him against Roman Reigns, Punk, yeah, that's going to be like we said before, one of those epic matches. Hopefully, hopefully the best champion gives me something to look forward to because WrestleMania ain't that far ahead from us. So let's get it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that Randy Orton was still wrestling. Is he still dominating?
He'll
Still
still give you the
dominating.
RKO out of nowhere.
Well then, hey, that's my guy then. That's who I'm expecting to win this then because if Randy Orton is still dominant, what 10, 15 years later, bro? How long has he been wrestling, man?
Over 20. He's sitting at 20. I think him and John Cena came in at the same time. I'm about to look it up right now.
I think John Cena may have came in earlier, but
about 23 or 24 years.
That's insane, man. He got LeBron numbers, man.
But he has back problems. Somehow he got that together. So hopefully the WWE will have his back and get him to WrestleMania.
And also another one is Jay Uso. I like that Uso family, so I always be making sure I root for them. So
yeah, but the problem is you don't want the Maivia blood to all run everything in
I know. That's another thing I was about to say too. Like they got the dynasty over there.
Yeah, I mean Roman Reigns for somehow you still can't go away. So
but I can definitely understand what you're saying. Like let some young bloods get in there because I like the turn of the guards, man. To see the new generation come up and soar, make a name for themselves. So I'll be keeping my eye on them young guys too.
First things first. When we talk about Roman Reigns, I need y'all to understand 2 words. Acknowledge me. That's what you need to understand. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going to kick back to the Randy Orton thing. Randy Orton's been in the WWE since 2002. So we're looking at right now 24 years of wrestling. He actually began his professional career in 2000. So it's really 26 total years, but 24 with the WWE. Now, with that being said, if I'm looking at the men's participants, you have Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. The obvious choice that I believe will not make it will be Cody Rhodes. To my Cody Rhodes fans out there, please understand, I am still with and on the Cody Rhodes championship train. I need everybody to understand this. I am still on board for this. So, but I do not believe Cody Rhodes will win this match. The reason why is because him and Drew McIntyre, I think the way that that's set up, I don't think they'll do it again for a while. Number 2, if we're looking at the next person I don't expect to win, is going to be Randy Orton. Randy Orton is vibes. Trust me. Again, I am a Randy Orton fan. I stand on Randy Orton. And if you don't believe me, there is a man that will vouch for me. His name is Callie, and he will vouch. We got into some heavy arguments about me saying Randy Orton could retire as one of the WWE's Mount Rushmore wrestlers. So again, we can talk about that all y'all want. I know Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, y'all might come for me in a little bit. Understand the next words. Listen to me. Here's your hot take. Listen to the next words I'm about to say. When Randy Orton retires from the WWE, he has a shot to retire as one of the Mount Rushmores of wrestling. Not the GOAT, Mount Rushmore. Big difference, all right? Big difference. Now, moving on, when we look at the remaining 4 that's left over, it's really a matter of who's going to deliver a 5-star matchup. We talked about this earlier in earlier episodes, and I've said this all the time. The WWE, especially with Hunter Hearst Helmsley running the gauntlet, he wants good quality matchups. He's going to give some nostalgia as well, but he wants good matchups. Now, do I think, I don't know, it might be too early to let Javon and Trick into WrestleMania. If we were talking SummerSlam for a title shot, sure, I'm for it. We're talking about WrestleMania here. It has to be something high caliber. Like we need a legit, because at this point, you're looking at your best matchup so far to be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Like, and that's good because I believe, well, number one, I believe CM Punk's going to win this match against Finn Balor. I believe we're in the tailwind of Finn Balor being relevant. We're at the tail end of that. So I believe CM Punk's going to win in Chicago. Of course, setting the stage for Punk and Reigns. So you have one good matchup. The women have not had any buildup right now. So we don't know who's going to show up for the women's title. Like, we don't know. So, like, we need somebody that's going to appeal. Like, we need something to build off of. Keep in mind, WrestleMania is going to be in April. We're now in March. So you're talking a month and a half to build a storyline? I don't know. Like, I don't know. What it's looking like is they're going to go all in on Reigns, and they're going to go all in on Reigns and Punk being the actual main event of WrestleMania, and then maybe the Universal Champion being like that next or second best. But again, it's all about 5-star matchups. I don't foresee them putting a new guy out there. I really don't see them putting Jey Uso out there. I do believe they go LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship because I do believe it's LA Knight's time. I believe he will be the one to win the matchup. It might be some controversy behind it as well. But I believe LA Knight has an opportunity to, go to WrestleMania and face off against Drew McIntyre. I don't know if he'll win, but I believe that might be a good 5-star matchup that we can get. And on the same point in time, you can get like a little build-up. Because even if he doesn't win in WrestleMania, you have everything else that follows behind that you can build something off of. Kind of like the whole Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns situation. Like, keep in mind, he didn't win the first WrestleMania match against Roman Reigns, but the build-up behind it was so good. Also, keep in mind the asterisk is they messed up because who was it at that time? Edge, I think it was somebody between Edge and The Rock. They made it a mess, but they made it right in the second WrestleMania. Women's Elimination Chamber match. I don't know who wins this because Rhea Ripley trying to get her back into singles action could work. Alexa
I was about to say, wouldn't she be the favorite? I would have thought she would have been the favorite to win that.
Technical speaking, maybe, but then you put disrespect on Asuka, and you can't put no disrespect on Asuka. She's like, if not one of on Mount Rushmore, she's definitely honorable mention.
Okay.
So you got Ripley, a member of the female Four Horsemen, and Asuka, who, if she's not, an honorable mention. Again, you do have Kiana James, who is a little new, who is newer. Tiffany Stratton is newer. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as far as the women's. But like I said, I think out of all of the matches that are listed here, the one I'm looking forward to is the women's elimination matchup. Because you just don't know out of who comes out of here. And I really do believe, because you have power with Rhea Ripley, you have shiftiness with Stratton and Asuka. Alexa Bliss has charm, but she also can deliver some brutality as well. I'm not sold on Kiana James on the moment. And we still have a spot left out here. So I'm real excited for the women. I've always went on tape, and I'm still going on it right now, that women's wrestling right now is much better than the men's. The men are getting there, but it's becoming so nostalgic. We're starting to lose people here. So that's why I think the women's matchup will be something to look forward to. And then let me touch on this. Becky Lynch, because I saw Becky Lynch post. First of all, y'all missed it. On ESPN, they had CM Punk and AJ Lee up there. And CM Punk was crispy in that suit. I'm here to tell you right now, if AJ put that man in the suit, she did her thing. I'm here to tell you right now. But let's not get too divulge off of that. They got Becky Lynch talking mad smack to AJ Lee. Becky Lynch got to win this match. Becky has to win this match. She talking about going into AJ's hometown and doing her dirty, and that Chicago loves her more. Becky got to win this matchup. She has to win this match. I don't think she does. I think AJ takes it just off of Chicago pride, but we'll see what happens. All right. We're going to move on. Because, I had this was a little foreshadow for y'all out there, because one of the things that a lot of people discuss is football fantasy league. And I know we're coming off of championships and stuff like that. So you have your winners and you have your losers. Jordan, don't think I forgot. It's me and you next year. It's me and you next year. I need you to understand.
All right.
But outside of that, the one thing I want to talk about is the consensus on the number one overall pick.
Oh, God.
So, no, Jordan. That's another episode, not your number one pick. That's another episode.
Thank God.
I'm not going to let you. No. I need another member of squad with me when we talk about that. But we're talking about the overall general consensus out of everybody who plays fantasy football and where they actually ended up. So I do have the actual following. Out of the last, from 2020 to 2025, all but one of the consensus number one pick has actually done well. And that was Christian McCaffrey in 2023, I believe. Yeah, 2023. So outside of that, nobody who was the number one consensus pick, the 1.01 pick, actually returned that value to anyone. Actually, Christian McCaffrey is the one who shares the most consensus number ones, but at least he did return one. Certain fantasy MVPs that actually won it was Josh Allen in the 2024-25 season. Of course, Christian McCaffrey in the 23 season. Patrick Mahomes in 2022-23. Cooper Kupp 21-22. And Alvin Kamara in 2020-2021. So
the Flex King Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, he was the flex king at that point of the
Wait,
Camaro.
was that the year he had that Christmas special?
I need to look that up.
Wait, let me look that up because for those of you who don't know, there was if you had a championship game that time, there was a Christmas special that Alvin Kamara had where he had 6 touchdowns in one game, and that would have won a title for so many people.
It was. I just pulled it up. It is. It is.
What year was it?
2020, 2021.
Yep.
December 25th, 2020. They beat the Minnesota Vikings 52-33. And the crazy part was they needed all 6 of his touchdowns.
He was gonna go for 7, but I think somebody took his
No. So crazy part is I watched that game and he was going to get it, but they stopped him. They stopped him twice. So that's what happened. So
what did that guy on Instagram say? They gambling.
They weren't gambling. They didn't care. They were gonna let the man score if he could. But with that being said, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the number one consensus pick. Like, because we all play fantasy, we've all won in fantasy. Me and rivalry, we discussed it earlier. He actually won his last year. So what do you guys think about the number one consensus? Like when those picks come out about the number one pick for football fantasy draft, are you going with the grain or are you going against the grain?
All right. So as the current fantasy league champion in my league, by the way, I did not rig it. It just so happened that I won. I will say that I look at a lot of guides, and the main thing that they always say is that you do not pick the first person under any circumstance because there's some type of fantasy football curse as there is like a Madden curse. The first person that's chosen normally will either have an injury, will not be used properly, or will be on the Falcons. That it's usually those 3 things. And for those of you who think I'm lying, Bijan Robinson, yes, I'm talking about him. Every single time they choose him for touchdowns, rushing yards, but they continue to use Michael Penix Jr., Kirk Cousins. They'll use Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Algier. They'll use everybody. I mean, the first tight end, the best tight end, they use Kyle Pitts, which is the Pitts for me because I always use him every year. But they finally started to use him this year. I look at the guys. I don't look at the depth chart. I look at the guys, and it has proven me good just about every year. I somehow wind up picking the best receiver. I picked the best receiver and the best running back. I used to go all quarterback, but that bit me in the butt a couple of times and wound up finishing next to last. And also, you don't want to be first choosing in a draft. That little tidbit, a little nibble for me. I'll give y'all. Do not choose first because if you have first and you have that first person in the depth chart, I will guarantee that you're going to lose every single time.
Who was consensus one this past season?
It was Bijan Robinson and I believe Justin Jefferson.
Oh, Justin Jefferson had it bad. He had it bad.
You're right about that Falcons thing. They let everybody let Bijan score, man.
Imagine Justin Jefferson finding out the quarterback you had last year won the Super Bowl this year. You were nowhere to be found.
Going through that rookie struggle.
No, sorry. That's a Viking struggle.
Correction, not Jefferson. It was Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase was the consensus number one pick. He shared some with Bijan Robinson because Robinson got a lot of number ones as well.
Didn't Jamar Chase have a couple of games where he was out too?
Yep.
See, I told you, it's like a fantasy football curse. There's always something going on with these players. They don't want to. It goes back to what I said a few weeks ago about how the Bengals are cheap. They may have a lot of cap space, but they don't spend it on anything. May spend it on the stadium, but they don't spend it on a medical team. They don't spend it on a conditioning team because Joe Burrow always hurt. And now you got Jamar Chase hurt. I mean, spend it on the right things, and maybe some changes will come afoot for us fantasy players. If we get the first pick, and by the way, Nick, I'm saying it now. I'm not picking first in this upcoming season. It has always worked for me. I'm going to continue that. I do not choose first, but nonetheless, look at the fantasy guys. Go with your gut. Wherever you land, that's the best person to get. Don't worry about being first because these guys are cursed.
Yeah, that first pick is definitely cursed. So I'll trade back if I could. that first pick, and then that's somebody always got something to say if you don't pick the consensus 1-1. You know what I'm saying? So
the only reason Josh Allen last year won was because there was nobody else on his team you could choose from. That's the only reason.
I think the actual MVP for 2025 season, I believe, was either Matt Stafford or CMC.
Well, you talking about this year or last year?
This current the season that just passed.
I thought it was JSN.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
See, man, but that's because he's a dual threat back. Like he'll catch all the receptions and he'll catch all the yards. But also, besides Brandon Ayuk driving around the stadium, who else are they going to throw to?
I mean, they had Kittle.
Besides that, who else they're going to throw to?
Well, they won't have Kittle this year.
Oh no, Jawan Jennings did his thing. He was a sleeper pick too, because I definitely tried to take him off the waiver wire. But
you're looking for consistency when you get the first pick, especially in the first round. You want to make sure that person is your go-to. You want to make sure that they're guaranteed at least 16 points every single week. If not, they're garbage. But Christian McCaffrey, you'll get your at least, let's say, between 14 at min and let's say 35 at the most. I mean, we gotta do one video where we talk about just fantasy, straight up fantasy tips, because we be dogging players who play with us. But yeah, C-Mac is and still is that dude. Even I'm 30 years old right now. I'll give him about 2 more years, and he'll still be at the top when it comes to fantasy.
CMC?
Yes, CMC.
Man, I don't know, man. CMC, he's injury prone to me, man. What is this?
He did better this year.
He still missed 4 games this year, though.
But hold on, isn't it strange that he missed 4 games, but yet you say he was still number 1? That should tell you how bad the other teams and the players were. Falcons.
But his usage is ridiculous.
Vikings.
His usage is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gonna stop right there on that. It wasn't the other teams he played was garbage. It was because, again, you said it earlier, and I'm a little confused on how you skipped over it and forgot it. They ain't got nobody to throw to. Who they throwing to?
That's besides the point.
No.
Obvious when you're scouting the 49ers, it's whoever's at quarterback, they're going to throw to C-Mac or give the ball to C-Mac. It doesn't matter if it's Brock Purdy, if it doesn't matter if it's Brock from Canto. It don't matter who is in the back. They're going to give the ball to C-Mac. That's their game plan.
Listen. I understand you're saying Brock Purdy, Brock from Cantor, Brock Lesnar, give the ball to CMC.
Lakers in 5.
No, not no Lakers in 5. No. At the end of the day, CMC is that offense. There's a reason the 49ers put up 3 number 1s for him. Keep in mind, you got Mr. Irrelevant as your guy. You're paying hundreds of millions of dollars for. They don't have nobody to throw to. Like, they're making it work. But you got Jawan Jennings, who's their probably best receiver. And keep in mind, 49er fans, listen, I'm not dogging y'all at all. We took that ass beating. So I'm not dogging y'all. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, CMC is getting to that point. He's 30 years old. He's going to be 30 this year, this upcoming season. He's still producing at a high level. Even with them missing 4 games, they still had to deal with Seattle twice, the Rams twice, and the Cardinals twice. The only team that was terrible on that team, on those 3, is the Cardinals. And they weren't even that bad. It was just that offense was trash. You got no Marvin Harrison Jr., we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on with him. Part of it might be Kyler Murray is complete dog water, but you also had what was the guy named? Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball at that point in time. But I think Harrison got injured somewhere along the year, so he was out. No, he wasn't injured.
No. He was. They healthy scratched him
Because it was because I had the guy, he plays in my fantasy league. Gosh,
I had him on my fantasy this year.
Who are you talking about? Trey McBride?
Nah, not McBride. He's the wide receiver.
Talking about
It's like
Harrison
Mike.
Jr.?
It's Mike something. It's like Michael Wilson. That's his name. Michael Wilson. Because that man right there, he gave me some wins I didn't deserve. I promise you, he gave me some wins. Dear Lord, I used to look on my sleeper app and I'd be like, look, dear God, please let Jacoby Brissett throw this ball to Michael Wilson. Don't throw this thing to nobody else. I don't want to see no Trey McBride. I look up there, Michael Wilson got 2 touchdowns, and I'm like, oh. So, like, the Cardinals, they weren't bad. It was just, they just couldn't execute at times. So
they didn't trust Kyler Murray enough.
That offensive line doesn't do any help.
Huh?
Call of Duty did.
That offensive line didn't help either.
But Call of Duty's not playing. They're not paying Kyler Murray.
They are paying him. They paying that man over 200 million.
No, I'm talking about Call of Duty's not paying Kyler Murray.
They don't care. He paying them.
It's not my fault. It's not his fault the Cardinals don't know how to pick offensive linemen.
Hey, look, I don't know what to tell you. So at the end of the day, like I said, getting back to what we were talking about, when we talk about the number 1 overall consensus pick, at the end of the day, no, don't pick it. Don't choose 1-1. Yeah. Whoever 1-1 is, and right now for 2026, they have it as Bijan Robinson. So right now, I wouldn't do it. Because to be fair, if you look at it, look at the Falcons team. Just like Jordan said, you have questions at quarterback. You have a serious question at quarterback. And they're letting Kirk Cousins go. So you're moving on from Kirk Cousins. You're unsure about Penix. And Kyle Pitts they put franchise tag on Kyle Pitts because Philly was trying to get him. Imagine that Philly squad with Kyle Pitts. I'm putting everything. I'm putting this belt on the line if we'd have got Kyle Pitts. I'd have cashed this in to put that money on Philly winning that Super Bowl if we'd have got Kyle Pitts in. But
y'all need more than Pitts, man.
Brother, we got AJ Brown.
Y'all need more than Pitts, man.
AJ Brown.
Y'all have Dallas got
Smith,
it. Like, what do you mean?
Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley.
Dallas got it. It's
Kyle
not like y'all
Pitts.
don't have a running. I mean, a tight end.
What?
Y'all have a tight end. It's not like y'all don't have a tight end, man. So,
but to get the
Pitts isn't
Kyle
the only
Pitts,
thing y'all need.
I will take a 26-year-old Kyle Pitts over aging Dallas Goedert, which, no disrespect, Dallas. Understand, you got us a ring. No disrespect. Respectfully. Keep in mind, respectfully. We're talking about an aging Dallas Goedert. But at the end of the day, we also have Grant Calcaterra, so that's something that we can work with. So that it's not a huge thing. It's not something like we needed Kyle Pitts. That's
what I'm saying.
Calcaterra. We're fine. Lane Johnson is coming back. The other offensive lineman who was considered, Landon Dickerson, he's coming back. So we have the squad coming back. We just got to make sure that we're keeping AJ Brown. I think we keep AJ Brown. But back to fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy. When we talk fantasy, if I'm picking 1.01, like if I'm choosing first, I'll probably go with Jahmyr Gibbs because they're going to pay that man. Detroit's going to pay him. And I believe he's going to continue to do great things this year. Like, as far as rushing, I'm putting my money on Gibbs. Like, even though Detroit's on a bit on kind of a tailwind of losing, and it looks like they're about to regress to their former selves, a lot of it was due to injuries. And we haven't seen what a fully healthy Detroit team can do. So if I'm picking 1.01, my hot
regression for the Lions is actually a good thing because this year they tried to do things a bit different and it didn't go well. So you don't want them to regress. I want them to continue to progress.
Brother, they've been regressing because, again, they can't stay healthy. And all of this stuff and all of the success that they've had, and it's crazy calling an 11 just going to the playoffs as a number one seed is called success. But we're talking about the Lions, and here we are. Like, when we look at the success that the Lions have been through, at the end of the day, they still have not been healthy. They've been just as injured as the Niners are. And it's really a matter of who would be the bigger threat if they were fully healthy, the Niners or the Lions. And if we were saying last year, I go the Niners all the way. But this year coming up, I think the Lions have it. If they can stay healthy.
If their defense can stay healthy.
Yes, if their defense can stay healthy. They got it. I want to see what a fully healthy defensive Detroit Lions team looks like. We might be talking about them raising up that Lombardi. Much better than Josh Allen. And I wish Mike was here so I'll probably have him snap that Crash King streak for you, Jordan.
You think so? Let me get this straight. With the Lions, you think they're gonna get past Green Bay and
you were
offensive arsenal? Chicago and Caleb Williams finesse. And I know the Vikings are a bit sorry their ship has sailed, no pun intended. But JJ McCarthy, if he gets on a roll and Justin Jefferson
about 9
finally gets that burn, like he's the number one receiver in the league, they could be a problem too. You think the Lions could squeeze out about 10 wins?
Yes, absolutely. Because again, the Lions are like the Niners. They have not had a fully healthy squad. Give me a fully healthy Lions squad, they can compete with just about anybody. Keep in mind, you're disrespecting this Lions team, talking about, they can't beat Green Bay, they can't beat Chicago. This team is just removed from being the number one seed in the NFC last year.
Didn't they?
They lost their first game. So
didn't they lose their offensive coordinator? Wasn't their offensive coordinator Ben Johnson?
Yes. So they lost Ben Johnson.
And look what happened
what a year what Ben Johnson did for Caleb Williams. So losing Ben Johnson is definitely going to contribute to their success as well.
No,
look what happened when Ben Johnson left.
Here's why I say no. Here's why I say no. Think about it. So the Lions was the number one seed at NFC. Who did they lose to? The Commanders. And how did they lose? Because they couldn't put enough points on the board. So while, yes, I praise and I applaud Brent Johnson for what he did, at the end of the day, when it came to the playoffs, he couldn't put no points on that board. He couldn't put enough up there.
Drop the plays. Players
they put up like 28 points in
players still got to execute, man. You see the
ball.
difference when Ben Johnson's there and when he's not there. Look at what Caleb Williams is doing with Ben Johnson now.
Also, like I said, and I stand on, Detroit has not had a healthy team. They have not had a healthy team. When they went there, that defense was put together by silly string, putty, and duct tape. And all Washington had to do was just walk through. That's all they had to do. So we're not going to sit here and disrespect Detroit like they're just scrubs. No, yes, part of it is execution at the end of the day, but the other part is their defense has not been held together in all of the 3 years that they've been here. So let's be fair here. Again, if we're talking just like the Niners this year, the
best availability. The best ability is availability, man.
Hey,
so
I mean, I will say this though. To Nick's point, the Lions' offense was there, but Dan Campbell and his brain wasn't. And the Lions being injured on defense. Like I would trust Campbell's soup at this point over Dan Campbell, only because he's just been he's been causing the team to make boneheaded plays. Like the offense, I don't even blame them at times. The defense, I can't even blame them at times because they do it the best they could. They've been down certain games. Like what was it? They played the Giants this year and they came back from like I think 20 down or something and won. Their defense can do what they need to do, but at times I believe it's just the coach that's been causing all their problems, not necessarily the defense, but that's just my opinion.
No, because that might be facts. Because again, there was numerous times where if Detroit would have punted the ball instead of going for it on fourth down,
give your defense better chance.
It would give exactly like it gives your defense a better chance. Like keep in mind, like that game against us, against Philly, like how many times did he go for it on fourth down? Was it like 5, 6? And failed on all of them.
He loves to do
it. Like every time.
That's his MO.
So I'm still mad at you, Detroit, for that BS game you played against San Francisco. What was it in the NFC Championship game? It was like what 2 or 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. I'm still mad at them because that was a game. It was 3 years ago, yeah. Because that was a game where y'all could have made it to the Super Bowl, but because Dan Campbell doesn't know how to run, doesn't know how to kick field goals, doesn't know how to punt the ball, the 49ers wound up going to the Super Bowl and almost winning because you don't know how to coach at times. You are a great leader of men. You could galvanize your troops. You could do all that. But for some reason, when it comes to fourth down, you lose your brain. That's why Campbell soup over you, bro. Every time until you improve your decision making, I can't trust you.
Yeah, I can second that. Yeah.
Well, like I said, still as far as fantasy, because we were supposed to be talking fantasy, but again, like I said, we got sidetracked. It is what it is. We're going to put the script right now to our final topic of tonight, and this is one I know Rebel Rye will love, because here's his chance for redemption. The NBA MVP race. We're going to get right into it. It looks a little loaded this year. Headliners so far include Luka, Wemby, Jokic, SGA, and Cade Cunningham. Now, me and Rebel, we talked about this a little earlier. We talked about Cade Cunningham.
No.
People might disagree, but I'm telling you, the reason why Cade Cunningham has an argument for MVP, and I can say it now, thank God. Cade Cunningham should not get slept on because, again, he's carrying Detroit into playoff relevance.
That's not why.
Keep in mind, Detroit having an identity this year is also helping as well.
That's not why he has a chance to win. The only reason he has a chance to win is because the other players aren't going to be able to be chosen.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Like the NBA, what was it, NBPA league minimum for requirements for MVP has been killing them these last couple of years when it comes to NBA and all NBA teams. You're going to have it where Cade Cunningham is going to be in a class by itself, just winning it. Now, what happens if Detroit gets put out in the first round? So you're going to have the MVP getting taken out in the first round. I'm not sure if that's been done since Russell Westbrook back in 2017. You're going to have that happen. You're going to have Luka. You're going to have Wemby, who have been bona fide. You're going to have Jokic plays part-time PTO, not like Kawhi, but he's part-time PTO, putting up a triple-double.
He can only miss one more game until he's disqualified.
He said one more game?
He only got one more game. He's not going to
one more game. If he gets a cold, he's out.
Yeah.
And he can't play anymore. Imagine not being able to be chosen for MVP because you had a 97-degree or like 100-degree temperature. You're going to be pissed at yourself just for that. They need to change these restrictions. The first, second, and third team all NBA is going to look like some buns because players can't even get a chance to be in it because they're not in too many games. You're going to have.
But here's the thing.
You're going to have players like the Thanasis Antetokounmpo as a third All-NBA.
Not the Thanasis, bro. Bro, why you going to do that, man, Marv, like that? He can't defend himself now.
He'll be fine. That'll give him the energy to get out of there.
So, look, on my way to finishing my my whole script, thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome.
Jokic, yes, is on pace not to play in the 65 required games. Luka's on pace not to hit. Wembanyama is not looking to hit the 65 games as well. So far, the race is looking like if we take those three out, it's between SGA and Cade Cunningham. However, I want to introduce somebody, and I'm gonna let the fellas talk about this. But here's my twist on MVP. I think Jaylen Brown should be in the discussion for MVP.
Yes.
Because without arguably your best player in Jason Tatum, you are still competing for the number one seed in the East. Without Jason Tatum.
Because Jason Tatum is Robin and Jaylen Brown is Batman. That's why.
No.
I'm
sorry. We're not going to put disrespect on Jaylen Brown. No, we're not going to do that.
Who got that finals MVP?
You got me.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Jaylen Brown is like 6th or 7th in the NBA MVP chase right now.
All I'm saying is Jaylen Brown needs to be in this discussion for MVP because, again, he has the fabled Boston Celtics, not just a regular team, not just a middle-of-the-pack team. He has one of the best storied franchises in the entire NBA sitting at number 2, having to deal with Detroit, having to deal with the Spurs, having to deal with the Thunder, like having to face those teams and being competitive. The Celtics putting a PTA on the Lakers.
If he can finish out and stay at number 2, I think he should definitely be more favored as an MVP because I can see Cleveland gonna make a push here come the end of the season. They're definitely gonna make a push to get into that 1, 2, 3 seed. Where are they at right now? If y'all don't,
Boston's not gonna overcome Detroit.
No, for sure. I'm talking about if they stay there, but where's Cleveland at right now? Because the East
Cleveland,
is so
I think,
soft.
is 3rd in the East.
Are they're already 3rd? They're already 3rd. Okay.
I think they're 3rd or 4th.
I didn't think they were.
No. Right now, you have the Pistons first with 42 wins. The Celtics are 5 games back with 37 wins. The Knicks are tied with them, but the Celtics have less losses. The Cavs are right behind them with 36.
4. Okay.
So they're 4th right now. The Raptors have 34, and the 76ers have 32.
Just to kind of give you an insight, Cade Cunningham's only missed 6 games, so he has 11 more. He has like a good 2 weeks before he could be eliminated. SGA has 8 more games left. Wemby, 3.
Yeah, he ain't
Luka, 5. Jokic or Joker, 1.
But here's my thing, and this is why I feel some type of way about you saying that Cade Cunningham is like not a reliable MVP pick. Like the Pistons are first in the East, and he got to deal with the Celtics.
Oh man, the East is not something that you say the
We not
East like
about
it's
to
the
do
West.
this.
It's
We
the
not about to do
East.
this.
It's the
Don't get
easy
me wrong,
East, bro.
do
Come
not
on,
do
man.
not get me wrong. Cade Cunningham is one of the best dual forwards in this league. He is on a good run. Detroit is on a great run. It's a great story. Do I think MVP worthy though? Not so much. Only because I think it's just by circumstance that they are where they are right now, and not that Jason Tatum is out for this season, not that Tyrese Halliburton from Indy is out this season. I think it's just by their circumstance. I mean, I know you gotta play the games that are in front of you. You gotta play against the people that are in front of you, but we're not gonna act like those players. And let's just say Giannis didn't miss a whole bunch of games and was not teaming up with Kalshi, stealing people's money for bets. Let's just say those things weren't happening. We would have a different conversation on who is an MVP candidate right now. Because if you look at Giannis' stat line regarding his season right now, it's pretty damn convincing. He at 28, 10, and 5 is nothing to sneeze at, right? That's usually a normal Giannis season. But he has 64% from the field, almost 40% from three. And I know it's a meager 66% from free throw, but 40% from three, you know, Giannis and threes don't really go together like that.
Add to
So,
that bag.
yes. So,
Bro,
the fact that he's doing this,
no.
and the fact that he's doing this, and they're still not doing well, and he missed the games. Yeah, Cade Cunningham is by default that
By
he's
default,
the
yeah.
leader,
Bro,
not
we
by
not about to
actual.
do this, bro. You sitting here talking about Giannis putting up 28 points. The Bucks are 24 and 31. They're 11th right now. We're not even talking about playoffs right now. They have to make a push. And if they make a push, we're looking at playing at this point. Because you're not about to tell me the Pistons are going to crap the bed. The Celtics are not about to. You're not about to tell me Celtics are going to crap the bed.
So
Knicks aren't crapping the bed. Cavs are not crapping the bed. Those
hey,
are the
hey,
four
hey,
safe bets right now.
hey, first off, I'm a realist. As the resident part Bucks fan, and with Knicks, I know the Bucks aren't going to win a title this year. They can make things very interesting in a playoff series with Cam Thomas as their new scoring machine. But as far as like a run to the finals, no. They need some more pieces. Somehow Doc Rivers is still keeping his team afloat, and I got to give them credit because before Cam Thomas came into their team, they looked like they were about to just completely wet the bed. But
Brother,
with him there and
again,
Giannis possibly coming back, they could do a little something.
a
Giannis,
little something. That would not be. That still doesn't scream
A
MVP
playoff
worthy.
berth or a play-in berth, not a finals berth. No,
That still doesn't scream
finals.
MVP
No,
worthy. It
yeah,
still doesn't.
Giannis won't see MVP. No,
I
there's
He
don't.
nothing
never
else he
see
can
it.
do. There's
I'm
nothing else he can do.
sorry.
They're not winning enough games for him to even be
I
considered
may
MVP.
be in the small majority. I know that's repeating itself, but I don't care necessarily about the MVP because the league did themselves in with their requirements.
With the
You
requirements for
you
sure.
you put 65 games in for a requirement. What if a player has just a freak injury or like 3 or 4 freak injuries throughout the season, and they're putting up 35, 6, and 7. Those are MVP numbers. But because they missed 18 games, you're gonna put a 21 and 6 and 5 guys MVP.
Yeah, yeah.
Come
Yes.
on, that's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
Like I said, you're
First
gonna
of
have
all,
the Nationals of the world becoming first all team, third all
But
team
it's
candidates.
gonna take for a whack MVP to happen for them to lift that or for them to tweak that a little bit. That's what it's gonna have to happen.
I want it
it
to
is not.
happen.
It's not happening this year because
I need it to happen so that way they can see the error of their ways.
it's not going to happen because SGA is still if he gets MVP, it's valid because
They're still
the
number one.
Thunder are doing the same thing.
Yeah, but I say I
He's
think they're
That's
still
technically
because they don't
number
want to
one in the
give it to
West.
Cade or Jalen Brown.
but this is what I'm saying. If you give it to the SGA, it's a valid MVP. If you give it to Cade, it's a valid MVP. You're not going to hear people complain too much about it. You might hear some complaints.
But that's going to be
Cade
winning it. Cade winning it is going to be the one where they're like, yeah, he won, but somebody else could have won it. Somebody else better could have got it.
They're going to say it, but at the end of the day, if they end up the number 1 seed, it squashes all that. Because people can say it, but if your team is number 1 in the East, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear it. It comes with an asterisk because of all the injuries, like you said, and the requirements, like you just said. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hear it. Harden right now is up there with Cade Cunningham. Why are we not talking about James Harden? Oh, right, because he's still switching for the best, whoever's going to pay him more.
Clipper, that's why.
Oh, because
he's not Clipper. He's a Cavalier right now.
Well, it's still because the strip clubs know him more than the hardwood does. But that's neither here nor there. So like I said, when we're looking at this, Jalen Brunson from the Knicks. We not talking like if he get picked, we wouldn't like we wouldn't be like nah, he don't count. Like let's be a little serious about this for a second. At the end of the day, like for this year, just this year, we're not gonna have a whack MVP. We're not. Like you have some legit cases out here that, you know, if they get picked, nobody's gonna say, "Oh well, you know, it's not like a Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant type thing where like we all recognize Kobe Bryant should have won that MVP, but Steve Nash was the one to win it." Like we're not having that discussion ever.
I thought that was a Dirk Nowitzki year where Kobe scored like 35. I think it was 2006, but yet they gave it pause to Dirk.
That was Steve Nash year, I think. That 2006 year, I think either was 2006 or 2007. That was Steve Nash year. Let me check. I'm pulling the stats up now.
Steve Nash over Kobe MVP. That was 2006.
Yep. Well, he actually won it back to back.
But Kobe finished 4th in scoring, not first. So they would actually no. Kobe scored 36 points that year.
I'm pulling it up right now.
And he had the highest scoring average since MJ.
Yup, it was the 2005. I thought I was right in saying 2006. Yeah, 35.4 points per game. So again, like I said, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be on this type of disrespect, like where we all know, like somebody else should have won it, and because of these restrictions that somebody lesser won. Like it'll be like a semi-asterisk, like, hey, look, like you won it, but the restrictions kind of took people out of eligibility. But I don't think whoever wins this MVP, people are going to complain too much about, because at the end of the day, you still have quality candidates to choose from.
Yeah, for sure. Because the players are still number 1 in their respective conference, or number 2 with Jaylen Brown. I could definitely see that.
Also, the whole thing about restriction, I kind of can get along with it, because at the end of the day, you have 2 problems with the NBA. We have 2 problems with the NBA. Number 1, load management. We talked about this. You talked about Kawhi and his PTO, his unlimited PTO. So you brought that up, Jordan. So load management, number 1.
You act like I'm telling a lie or something. Dude will take off because he feels like it and don't even want to talk to the press about it.
Well, this ends all that. Like we talk about, the restrictions are bad, this, that, and the third. But now Kawhi either has to play the games or he can't get the accolades. I agree with this. The other one, we talked about this earlier, but it doesn't solve this problem, is tanking. Like, no, like this is one of those things. It helps. Like, it's not one of the reasons that's up there, but it does help the issue a bit. Because say like, if you're on, say like Charlotte, the Hornets, like you have LaMelo Ball, who's doing okay-ish, and could, he could get some type of accolade, like comeback player of the year, six man of the year, something. But
So
if they hold him out for the rest of the year, also keep in mind,
hold
you
on.
have families that are spending hard-earned tax dollars, hard-earned money, not even tax dollars, hard-earned money to see their kid, to see players play. Like, imagine if you go right now to a Lakers game and LeBron just decides not to play.
I need a refund.
He'll still be there
Exactly.
though. He still probably show up. He'll just be in street clothes. It's not
You
like
got to be on the
Leonard, who
floor.
probably won't be there. By the way, since we were talking about stuff like gambling and all that, you know that Kawhi's contract could potentially be voided, right? Because of
Yeah.
some potential off the table deals. Imagine, because you wanted to take PTO, now it's catching up to you.
Hey, it is what it is.
Like HR put in the word, said, nah, man, we can't let you just do all that. We can't let you just take PTO all the time. You gotta play.
But
They're
see,
gonna
But hold
that's
on.
the
deny it.
whole thing.
How are they going to avoid the contract? Were they going to take the money back? They're gonna ship him back to the team he came from and reverse the trade that they did? Like, how's all
No,
that
they're
going to
gonna
work?
find a team. They'll strip them of draft picks, but he'll just become a free agent. And to whoever he goes to spoils.
Who do you think he'll go to from there? Because I was wanted to ask y'all that. If you think
Hmm.
he'll go back to the Clippers next year.
Nah.
He ain't going back to the Clippers if this happens. I don't think he's going to stay home and go to the Lakers, even though that would be an interesting scenario.
I
You
think
know who
Bron's
they're
going to
saying
leave.
that he could go to?
Who?
I had a
Golden
team.
State.
Devil is a lie.
This is
Golden
another
State.
old ass team.
Devil
It's
is a
another
lie.
old ass
It would be.
team.
Ain't no
It would be an
way.
old ass team with a win with another
Ain't no
ring.
way. He has to
Careful,
actually
he's sitting there with
play.
5 rings.
Yeah.
No,
Don't get me wrong.
Kawhi
If he
Leonard would
plays,
have
hey,
to actually play first.
if he plays the majority of the games, hey, Kawhi, a healthy Kawhi is a scary fucking Paul. I mean, excuse me, man, but a healthy Kawhi, man, Jesus, that little glimpse that he gave y'all at the All Star, he was hooping.
But that's
I
what
was
happens when
vintage
you have a
Kawhi
lot of
from the
rest.
Spurs.
You're energized to play. It's not as if he went there on an empty tank. I mean, he had a lot of time to
Yeah.
rest in between games. So of course he's gonna ball out, especially at his into it, like his hometown. I mean, that was nice to see. I mean, it was nice to see him actually come to the table and play with everybody else. But that's not his style. He'll come in the game. He'll play like 25, 30 minutes. He'll score 25 points. Then next game he's like, ow, my back. I can't play. That'll
Yeah, but
be
I think with him taking all this PTO, I think he'll play a lot more next year. Honestly, I think he will
I,
play a lot more next
I don't
year
think so.
He's
without
aging.
the.
He's aging. I don't think so.
So you
He's
still
on
think he's
the
gonna miss? You still think
other
he's gonna
end of
miss?
35.
You still think he'll miss enough games to not be in consideration for first teams and for MVPs?
He
He'll
been
miss that many games again.
he been missed that.
It
That's
depends.
no
I
Yeah,
don't
question.
but
think
he was coming back off of.
What do you
He
think
was
this
coming
is?
back from
He
his
been missed
injury,
that.
man. He didn't rush himself back from injury like what Paul George did. You know what I'm saying? Which is now taking steroids and all that. So he slow walked his process back to make sure that when he did come back, he's able to still perform.
Let's correct the statement. He took a supplement in order to better his mental health.
it
That's what
is
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
what
let's
happened.
get
That's
the
the
narrative right.
story, and he's
Let's get
sticking
the
to it.
narrative right. Yeah.
We'll see.
Either way, it was a
Well,
banned substance, and that ass is sitting out now. So
I will say though, just in the spirit of mental health, an NFL player, Rondale Moore, who was a receiver coming out of Purdue, passed a couple of days ago, due to, I believe, a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So we do send regards to his family. We mental health is very important, especially for African American men in this country. Doesn't get a lot of talk, and as a person who is a mental health professional, qualified mental health professional, I think it's noted that we send regards to the family, and we tell everybody, please take care of your mental health. You only have one of these things in here. Take care of it. Do what you need to do to relax and decompress. Talk to somebody. There are hotlines out there. talk to your friends, let people know what's going on. I know it's a rough world out there, but there are people that care for you. But we send our regards to Rondell Moore and his family.
Yes, we do. And like I said, matter of fact, the whole basis of this sports cast was based off of this. We have a actual squad member. We have a group of all men that we're in. We talk sports. We talk everything. We talk sports. We talk life. We talk business. We talk health. So again, please make sure your mental is good. If not, there are resources out there that will help. As Jordan has said, please reach out to somebody. Please. It doesn't get talked about enough. Understand, from one black man to another black man, we proud of you. You keep going, keep pressing on. If you think nobody understands the pain you going through, trust me, we all do. We talk about it every day. Rebel Rise, my cousin, we talk about this stuff. We talked about this before this episode aired. Jordan, we talk about it. He's part of the squad group we're in. Mike, he's part of the squad group we're in. We talk about this stuff. We get real conversations. Sometimes it gets heated between the fellas. But we've learned over the years not to take it personal. We've taken it as a step to move on. So please reach out, stay with your fellas, hang out with your fellas, do what you got to do. Don't let nothing stress you out to the point where you can't see a way out. All right, with that being said, we have one more thing while we were talking about the MVPs of the NBA League. I have a King of the Hill version for you. So, of course, we got to start with the current MVP, who is SGA, 32.7 points, 5 rebounds, 6.4 assists per game. Of course, he led OKC to 68 wins en route to their first ever NBA title. So, would you rather on this King of the Hill have SGA or Russell Westbrook's MVP season? Russell Westbrook, 31.6 points per game, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. First player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double.
Oh,
I mean, I think
you
it's
did
obvious to
good.
take
You
Shy.
did good for that first one.
Yeah, I think it's obvious to take Shy though. Still,
I'm
The
taking.
Shy-
I'm choosing Westbrook only because if he wasn't on that team, that Thunder team had no chance. This was after Kevin Durant decided to go play for the Warriors, leaving Westbrook high and dry. You know, Westbrook wanted his lick back. He was all in, like he was chasing everybody, giving everybody hell. If he could have played for Cleveland that year against the Warriors when KD was in there, he would have. That Westbrook.
yeah.
That Westbrook.
I gotta give it
Yes.
to Shy because he finished it off with the hardware, man. He finished it off. He completed the job, man.
I understand, but we're talking about individual prowess when it comes to NBA MVPs here. And that Westbrook, there was nobody that was stopping him that year.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it was a brick wall, a titanium wall, he ran through that wall.
Yeah, if the end of the season accolades don't matter, then yeah, just statistically, like by individually, yeah, Russell Westbrook was balling out of his mind, man. And wait, what he had that rolling 20s game? Nah. That was
No.
No, that was
years later. That was
2019.
yeah, okay. But either way, I got to stand on Shaw because at the end of the day, you playing for that chip. You're putting those regular season stats to get to the playoffs to win that chip. So I
Well,
gotta
you
stick
got to
with Shaw.
understand, NBA MVP is only regular season.
Yeah,
So it
But
doesn't count
then
playoffs.
Shaw turned around and won the championship and then won Finals MVP as well. So it's just like
Hold
I don't know.
on,
Uh,
because now I gotta do this defend that sir thing. I gotta defend him.
Oh, you pulling it out?
That 31.
Hey.
Hey, yo. 31,
Hey,
10, and 10. First player in 55 years to average a triple double.
average of triple
None of us
double.
were born then. This was, like I said, this was after Kevin Durant left. This was after they had the chance to go play against LeBron and them in the finals. KD let them hydrate. The emotion. Westbrook was a man on a mission that year.
Yeah.
The amount of triple doubles he had, and the fact that he got the triple double record, I think it was off of a buzzer beater against, I think it was either the Nuggets or the Magic. It was one of those games. He got the record. That guy, even with his erratic shooting, he was so focused. You every single shot he made, or every single shot he threw up, he thought it was going to go in. Yeah. I know they came up on the Thunder. I think it was the Thunder. I know, but he willed that team to the playoffs because they were a non-playoff team without him. That's why he is over on MVP land rather than Shea. Don't get me wrong. That team in Oklahoma City is special. SGA is special, but also Chet Holmgren is special. Jalen Williams is special. Isaiah Hartenstein is special. They have a couple of role players on that team that can still get the job done. And I know without SGA, they may not have won the finals per se, but without Russell, they don't even make the playoffs. They don't even see the playoffs.
Keep in mind, one of the more premier matchups that we looked at that just passed by, OKC versus the Spurs. SGA didn't play that game, and the Spurs lost. So Thunder still won.
Yeah,
like
I said, they've been winning. They've been winning games without Shea. Yeah, so.
And the thing is, to Ryan's point, there is a Reddit out there that goes or tries to go into detail on why 16, 17 Westbrook isn't that good. They'll say team record, lack of playoff success, inefficiency. But he was throwing everything out there. He had a blindfold. He was the original Bird Box before Bird Box became a thing, before it became a movie. He was blind out there shooting, and wherever it went, it went. He did not care. That's how angry he was. I remember the first. No, it wasn't the first Warriors game. It was the second Warriors game when they were at home. Even though they lost that game, Westbrook and KD got into it. The fire that he had, there was nobody stopping that guy. He deserved to win the MVP that year.
The playoffs stopped him.
That's what I just laughed at.
Hey,
the playoffs stopped him.
The MVP is indicative of your play throughout the regular season. They only include the playoffs if the top two make it to a certain round or threshold.
All right,
if they don't,
fellas, I need a decision. Westbrook or SGA?
Start with Westbrook. He made a good, compelling story. Westbrook was playing out of his mind. You know what I mean? He coming off that season where, like you said, KD left him high and dry. I like Jordan's points. I can definitely go with Westbrook, man. That triple double season.
Successful defense.
I like that.
You think it's successful until the next one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because this next one is gonna be hard. 2016-17 Westbrook or 21-22 Joker? 21-22 Joker is 27 points per game, about 14 rebounds per game, and about 8 assists per game. Had the most historic advanced metric seasons and the most efficient gameplay at a PER of 32.8.
So pretty much as a center, he's gonna get his, and he was very accurate during that time. How far did the Nuggets advance that year?
If I'm correct, they won it.
No, that was 20. That was 22-23.
Let me see here. Nuggets. They'd be Denver. They were 6th.
They lost to the NBA champion Warriors.
Yep.
Westbrook, please.
You're right. Yep.
Westbrook, please.
Right?
I like
Westbrook?
Westbrook in that one. Yeah, I like Westbrook.
All right, keep it with Westbrook. All right.
Nobody won.
Oh, it gets interesting from here on. So 16-17 Westbrook or 13-14 KD. KD was 32 points per game, 7 rebounds, 5.5 assists per game. He was the scoring champ. He was the scoring champ.
Okay. 13-14. This was when they went to the conference finals against the Spurs. They lost in 6. This is tough. This is really tough now. Because Westbrook was still on the team with KD.
Mm-hmm.
You said what year was that?
This was 2013, 2014.
Oh, my article's gone by then.
Oh no, I remember these years. That Thunder team still gave the Spurs problems, even without James Harden. I think they still had Serge Ibaka. They had a couple of role players that filled in the necessary gaps that they needed. But KD was a monster at that time, though. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, KD was definitely snapping that game. I think it was a stretch where he had I think 30 or 40, 25-point games. He snapped that game.
Here's something to understand.
Yeah, I think he had 20, 30.
They lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Spurs. Westbrook also missed 36 games during that season.
And they still made it to the conference finals?
Yep.
I think at that point, I would. Yeah. He won his 4th scoring title in 5 years. At that point, he was hooping.
I'm
gonna take KD on this one, bro.
I'm thinking because that triple double still reigns supreme in my head. Like that season had so much momentum on their side, and while KD was the scoring champ, while he was the real, while his mother was the real MVP, they gave the Spurs 6 good games, but to be honest, the Spurs were not losing that year. The way they lost Game 7 that previous year, they were on a hell mission to revenge or avenge themselves against the Heat. 32-7-5, almost a 50-40-90, 59 wins.
He had 41 consecutive games with 25 plus points, man. 41 consecutive games.
Okay, you know what? Okay, bet.
That's almost half the season.
No, we're gonna go with KD only because of the efficiency. I looked at the percentage. It was almost a 50-40-90 with 30 plus points. Yeah, that's difficult to do for anybody.
That's when KD.
I concede.
Yeah.
All right. We conceding. We now have a new king of the hill. KD out here.
I got one, dog.
2013-14 KD or 2012-2013 LeBron James.
LeBron James. That 99 overall. 99 overall LeBron James, 2012-2013. Black jerseys. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody was stopping him besides a barber and a headband. No, that's the only thing that could stop LeBron that year.
26.8 points per game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 56.5% field goal shooting, led Miami to 66 wins with one of the most efficient seasons ever. PER of 31.6.
That team was so scary. This is after he won the first title. Just on a random note, I believe his best series ever that he played in, it wasn't the Spurs in 2013 when they won the finals. It was Boston. It was the Boston series, a Game 7 in 2012. Mm-hmm. That series, no, not 2006.
Game 6.
Game
Game
six.
six.
But
He
that
put
series,
45-6.
yes, 45, 5-5. That was his bet. That was the best series he's ever played because that team was tested by Doc Rivers. They played each other for years, and the Heat had the team to beat, but the Celtics had veteran leadership and they had a bit of finesse. They had IQ. They knew LeBron's moves, but the thing is, could LeBron and his prowess beat the Celtics IQ? And they did. That following year, it was curtains for the Celtics. It was curtains for everybody in the East. Indiana gave them a run, though. I will give Indiana credit. Paul George, not Copeland. I think Danny Granger was still on the
I'm
team.
about to say Danny Granger
For the
was there.
Spurs? Yeah, Danny
Yes,
Granger was on the
Nah,
Spurs.
on the Pacers.
nah, on the Pacers.
Roy Hibbert was on that team. They
That Paul
gave
Jordan.
that Heat team a run. I think
Oh,
it was six. No, it was 7 games. I think right. Was it 7 or 6 games?
I think it was
I,
6.
I'm about to say, I think it was 6. I don't think they took him 7.
Yeah. Yeah, but nonetheless, the Pacers gave them a run, but still, Miami was not going to lose. That ooh, I get chills thinking about that Miami team because that team was the original Heatles. That LeBron and the fact that he had I think close to a triple double. No, it was on 4-3. Wait, no, what's it? Yeah, it was 4-3.
Pacers
Miami.
4-2, Celtics 4-3.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about 2013. It was Miami 4-3. They won 99-76 on it was June 3rd.
Yeah, I got you.
But nonetheless, yeah, you're gonna have Braun in 2013.
Moving on because we're running out of time. James, just want to make sure, Rebel.
Yeah, I'm going LeBron, yeah.
All right, new king of the hill. Now, 12-13 LeBron or 19-20 Giannis?
You mean 2020 Giannis?
No, 2019, 2020.
Oh, 2019,
25. Huh?
Oh, you said 2019, 20 Giannis. Okay.
Yeah. PER over 31, 29.5 points per game, 13 rebounds, 5 assists.
I'm still picking LeBron. And I'm a Bucks guy. I'm a Giannis guy. But the only reason that I'm taking away from the Bucks, and this was the shortened season. I think this was the pandemic season. I think they won 53 or 54 games. And the only reason is because they lost against the Heat that year. They were a 1 seed and Heat beat them as a 5 seed. While Giannis' individual stats were great, the team had some really bad chemistry. They were a bit older than the Heat, and there was a lot of spacing problems that they had. Their guard play couldn't keep up with the Heat's guard play, and it was Middleton versus Butler in the front court. Butler is stronger than mid, and that was a mismatch. And Heat had, unfortunately, they had more heart. But that was the best thing that could happen to the Bucks because they won the title that year after. They smoked the hell out of the Heat that following year, 4-0. And every single game they played, I think they beat the Heat that year. They were on a mission. But for the 1920 season, while Giannis was consistently great, especially from the previous year, still doesn't override LeBron's prowess, the 99 overall LeBron. Like very few MVPs will be better than that 2013 LeBron.
Yeah, that 2013 LeBron was scary. Giannis, he won defensive player that year too. He won MVP.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe so, yep. All right, well, if you feel so, I got 3 more names for you. One of them, it's your boy. I've been talking about him on TikTok. James Harden, 2017, 2018. 30 points per game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Led Houston, the Rockets back then, to a league best 65 wins.
If we're talking individual stats, James Harden is
we're
individual stat cooker.
We're going with James Harden. I am still pissed. I am still pissed at the Houston Rockets that year. That year, they were supposed to beat the Warriors. They had the team, they had everything going for them, but they decided to go John Starks from the 3-point line in game 7. Why not shoot twos? Go layup drill, do something, but don't just continue to chuck up threes when you're missing. And they had a lead at halftime of game 7. James Harden was balling his heart out. He was doing everything you possibly could against the death row team of Golden State. If they had beat Golden State, they would have probably won a title against Cleveland that year. That's how crazy James Harden was that year. There was nobody that could guard him. This was before they changed regulation rules against how you could guard James Harden. Because remember, he was getting that step back shot, that contact. Before that, you couldn't do anything with him. So yeah, James Harden.
All right, James Harden.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, new king, James Harden or Joel Embiid, 2022-23. Joel Embiid, scoring champion, 33 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
Was this the same year that they lost to Boston?
The process is over.
No, I'm serious. This was the same year that James Harden was on the team, or was that was the following year?
But look at it right now.
He won the scoring title. Yeah, he won the scoring title, but I'm trying to think. Did he?
Yes, back-to-back scoring titles.
2022. This was 22-23, right? 22-23.
21-22 James. 21-22 James Harden was on that team.
No, 22-23.
Okay, 22-23.
No, they lost to the Celtics. This was when James Harden
was on that team.
Yeah, this was
James Harden's on that team.
I remember that RDC World skit that they made when I think Joel Embiid and James Harden scored like 15 points altogether. That Doc Rivers got fired that day after. Oh yeah, they got destroyed that game 7. Oh my God.
Like a 30-point destruction? They got blown out by like 30 points?
24. Yeah, they got blown by 24.
Oh.
Yeah, James Harden, what they called him Harden because the defense was not there.
All right.
Well, Joel Embiid.
No,
not over James Harden.
No.
Ironically.
Not over James Harden? All right, I got one more name for you. So we have either James Harden or Stephen Curry, 2015-2016, the unanimous MVP. 30 points per game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 45.4% from 3. He does have the 50-45-90 shooting splits. And that is the year the Warriors won 73 games.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna play Steph? like who really? Unanimous MVP.
I just wanted to check.
They wasn't even playing fourth quarters, man. Yep.
Well, that's our whistle today, but the game never really ends. Thank you for spending time with us, sharing opinions, passion, and a love for sports that goes beyond the scoreboard. Please, as always, we have the poll that will be up for this episode's Crash King. Make sure to check it out and vote for your Crash King for this episode. If you like what you heard, subscribe, follow, and join the conversation. We're responding to everything. Until next time, stay competitive, stay curious, and keep loving the game. This is Squad Sportcast. We'll see you on the next play.